Hello and welcome to Dishing Delights. My name is Jenica and today I'm going to share with you 3 more shelf-stable pantry meals. In these videos, I like to share with you meals made out of shelf-stable ingredients that you may have in your pantry. Now let's get into it. For the first meal, I'm going to make some mashed potatoes with chicken gravy and peas. To start off my mashed potatoes, I'm adding 2 cups of water into this pan, and I'm going to let that come up to a boil. And for my chicken gravy, I have my chicken here and my can of chicken gravy, and I'm just going to let this simmer and combine. I'm also going to add a couple tablespoons of ghee. Now that my water is boiling, I am going to add a little bit of salt and some pepper, and then I'm going to pull this off the heat. What we're going to do here is just pour in those potato flakes, and the mashed potatoes will be there in no time. I added a whole lot of black pepper. Sorry if you can hear my dog eating in the background. And I'm going to add my peas to the same pan and heat them through. I'm going to add a little bit of ghee to the peas. And in less than 10 minutes, everything is cooked through. Now what I'm going to do is take some of those potatoes, add them to my bowl. These are thick taters. And then I'm going to add my peas just to the side. Then I'm going to take that chicken gravy and add it right over top. And in less than 10 minutes, we have a super delicious shelf-stable pantry meal. Now I'm going to enjoy this, and I will see you when we make our next meal. I think we're gonna make a lo mein stir fry. For the second meal, I am going to make a quick lo mein stir fry. All right, while we wait for our water to start boiling, I'm going to rehydrate these peppers. These are just dehydrated red peppers, and we are going to make our sauce. So for this, we need soy sauce. I have coconut aminos. We need a couple tablespoons of that. We need some sugar. I think it just calls for 1 teaspoon. This says 2 teaspoons of sugar. All right, 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. That might have been a little much. Like always, I go overboard on the sesame oil, and that is one thing you do not want to go over on. And then I also have my ginger. If you have ground ginger, use that. But I have so much fresh ginger, I didn't want to open my ground ginger. And then we also need some sriracha. Just a little bit. I'll leave this recipe down below so that you can check it out. I'm kind of taking this recipe and adapting it for a shelf-stable meal. All right, now let's see if our water is boiling, so that we can toss in our lo mein noodles. Now that our water is boiling, I'm going to add in those noodles. And I have my cast iron pan starting to heat up. And these will go for 10 minutes according to the box directions. I know that normally I only use one pot for all of my shelf-stable pantry meals videos, but I decided to do 2 today. That way I could get things going quickly and not have to do everything one step at a time. All right, now let's form our stir fry. There's the avocado oil. I'm going to toss my mushrooms and my water chestnuts. And my chicken. I'm only taking half of a can of chicken. I'm just trying to add a little bit of protein. But you don't need to do that. Adding in my red pepper flakes. My sauce. And my noodles. I'm going to turn the temp up a little bit and we're going to fry this all together. Now you can add any veggies that you would like in this. This is just what I had on hand. Some baby carrots would be amazing. Unfortunately, my camera died towards the end there, but I did add a little bit of garlic powder, some red pepper flakes, and some dehydrated green onions. And we're just going to serve up our dinner. And that is what it looks like. Now, I've never made something like this before, so this is gonna be very new. This is delicious. I will definitely make this again. Who knew? So easy. For the third meal, I am going to make yellow rice and beans. Now, making beans and rice is not a new thing for this channel, but for the first time, I'm going to try making this yellow rice. I always see it at the store, but I've never actually tried it. So I have 2.5 cups of water right here. And I'm going to bring this up to a boil. Now that that water has started to boil, I'm adding in my rice, and it says to stir it for 1 minute. It also says to add 2 tablespoons of oil. I'm going to use some olive oil. So it says to stir for 1 minute and then turn the heat down and cover, and then we'll let it simmer for 20 to 25 minutes. Now I'm going to take my lid and I'm going to cover that. I do have it a little bit offset. Now let's cut up our onion. Now I do have a chopper that I should be using, but because it's a shelf-stable pantry meal, if you are in an emergency situation, you're not going to want to do those dishes. But if you have a chopper, use it. Now let's get some oil going in a pan and we'll get these all sauteed up. I'm going to use avocado oil here. If I'm frying anything, I use avocado oil now. And while those are going, I'm going to drain my beans. All right, these onions are pretty brown. I'm gonna add a little bit of water. A tablespoon of taco seasoning, and just a little bit of salt because I don't have salt in my beans. Now I'm going to take these beans. We're just going to cook everything together. Now you can add any seasonings you'd like here. You know what, just because I can, I'm going to add a little bit of cumin. I'm that person that would add cumin to anything and everything. It's my favorite. We actually made quail last night, and we made it, the sauce was like orange juice and cumin and garlic. with some honey. It was so delicious. That will be in the next What's for Dinner. I'm so excited to share that with you. It was our first time cooking up quail. It was pretty delicious. All right, I'm going to let those all simmer and cook together. And we have 10 more minutes on our rice. And then it'll be dinner time. All right, this has all been cooking together for about 6 minutes, so I'm going to turn this burner off. Anything that I can on my own, I always want to make sure that I heat up for at least 5 minutes at a boiling point. I probably read somewhere that that's the way to make sure that you cook out botulism, but I'm really not that worried about it. 5 more minutes on the rice. Ooh, that looks so good. All right, we got 40 seconds left on that rice, so I'm going to pull the beans. I'm going to remove the heat from the rice. Here's how it's looking. We're gonna move that to our counter as well. All right, now I'm going to fluff up this rice. Ooh, it looks like some of it got a bit burnt on the bottom, but it smells delicious. All right, let's make up our bowls. Now this is super simple, beans and rice. I love beans and rice, especially for lunch. Something about them is just so filling. Super cheap, super easy. We have our rice, and then we have our beans. And that is what's for dinner. But you know me, I'm gonna grab some Diablo packets. Your girl has an addiction, it's fine, everything's fine. And I'm going to take this delicious bowl and make it even more delicious. Add whatever hot sauce you have on hand. And I'm not sure about you, but an avocado would be absolutely fantastic on here. I don't have one on my countertop. I do have some guacamole in the fridge, so I might add that on top, but this is a perfect shelf-stable pantry meal. Let's try it out. Oh wow. This rice is delicious. I know that I've seen people cooking with this rice forever, especially on YouTube when people do like $5 dinners and stuff like that, but I've never tried it. So next time I head to GG or Walmart, I'm gonna have to grab a few bags of this. So thank you so much for watching today's Shelf Stable Pantry Meals video. I hope you enjoyed it. I love making these videos for you. And I got 5 in September, and that was my goal, so I'm so happy about that. So if you like this video, please hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I upload my next video. Thank you so much for watching.